Hey you! Have you heard about this Mianite thing online, but don't have hundreds of hours to lie around and watch it? Maybe just haven't seen it in a while because it came out like 5 years ago, or maybe there's a certain prequel series you want to watch and you just need a lore catch-up. Either way, in this video we're going to be going over the first 20 episodes from Mianite Season 2. There's a lot, so get ready. Ready?
No!
Too bad. After falling for months, our heroes wake up in a jail cell in a town they don't recognize. After some brief banter about Jordan's tale, Tony, Mudstep, and Tom sharing a bed, and getting Mianite trending on Twitter, the heroes are introduced to Prince Andor. After leaving the jail and seeing the epic doors...
Whoa, the doors animate!
The doors open
Whoa!
like that?
Wait,
whoa!
Whoa!
They are told they are now in the world of Ruxamar, and that Andor is the prince of the town they are in, named Dagran. They soon find out not all is as it seems when they meet their friend Declan, and this version of Deck doesn't know them at all.
Wait, yeah, Priest, we know you, man.
Yeah, we've met you before.
Where?
Wait, he doesn't remember us?
At Mianite. What do you mean? You're our priest,
No.
bitch.
Courthouse,
Wait,
trial,
what?
building.
God.
Do you not remember any of this?
I've never seen you before.
What?
You found our team speak pretty easily.
He tells them he is the priest of the town, and of a prophecy where 4 heroes fall from the sky.
There's a prophecy of 4 heroes who fell from the sky. An ancient prophecy, 1,000 years old. And
Oh, thank God, we got 5 heroes. So
Yeah,
I think
wait, what happened? What's the 5th?
Yeah, Tony.
Tony.
After being told of the prophecy, everyone looks at Tony as he slinks into the shadows, making their party of 5 now 4. They are ushered into the armory, where they are exposited to that the king is currently on a fishing trip.
Let's shake it out.
Where is the king at the moment?
I'm not sure. I heard he went on a fishing trip the other week.
Okay.
We haven't seen him. So
Wait.
feel free to explore the armory.
Afterwards, they are shown to the local farm of Dagran, which they got to by epic boats.
I'm
What?
daring.
Oh my god! Oh!
What?
Oh dang!
All of
Archimedes!
us
Holy
HMS
shit!
Priest.
Well, that's sick.
You can do that?
Exploring the farm, they eventually leave it, with apples in hand, as they go out to explore the world and make their bases. Suddenly, they are startled by yet another face they remember, their old pal Waglington.
Oh wait, he does know
Like a
us?
normal thing.
To their delight, he knows them, but says it took all of his magic to teleport to this new realm. As the heroes build their bases and Tom claims a treehouse to build in, the taint is spotted and the world grows uneasy. Andor says the village is burning in episode 2, then later he shows Jordan a book that mentions a mountain city called Zegon. In episode 3, Farmer Steve shows up and is immediately depicted as being Australian, and he is mad that Sparkles stole his armor and apples back in episode 1. Because of this, the town herald joins Steve and trials Jordan, and as a result, Sparkles is killed for his crimes. In episode 4, Andor messages Jordan and tells him that the only god that the town worships is Mianite, and that Mianite and the king despise the other 2 gods. What comes after episode 4? You guessed it, episode 5. And this episode, nothing happens. Next! After having nothing happen during episode 5, episode 6 starts out strong with Andor messaging Jordan to meet him inside the lighthouse on the coast of Dagran. Once there, Andor asks Jordan if he follows any gods, to which Jordan, of course, replies that yes, he follows the goddess Ionite. Andor is elated to hear this, revealing that he too follows Ionite. Later, when Jordan asks why the king hates Ionite so much, Andor says that the king blames Ionite for not bringing justice and balance quick enough, and for allowing his wife Freya and for his daughter Alva to be killed. Later, when the heroes all return to the town, they are told that the silverwood trees that the town was using to stop the taint were no longer enough to hold it back. The herald tells the heroes that they need to gather 100 sacks of cobblestone to build a wall to delay the taint, while the alchemists of the town try to find a permanent solution. The heroes get the cobblestone to the town within 15 minutes. Pretty poggers. In episode 7, the king finally returns to Dagron, gifting both Tom and Jordan a house for helping supply the stone for the new walls, while also supplying Tucker a house for his bounty hunting. Later on, Farmer Steve reveals to Sparkles that he is also following Ironite. The heroes are then told that they only have 2 days before the taint surrounds their houses, and only 7 days before it reaches the town, so they start to work together to make ethereal blooms to stop the taint. Next comes episode 8. It's so full of oh, wait. No. Again, nothing happens. Next! In episode 9, with some trial and error, Jordan finally makes the ethereal bloom, and the taint has almost reached the town.
It's been done! Save the world! I saved the world!
In episode 10, Jordan shows the ethereal bloom and how it works to the king. Then the king proceeds to tell him that the merchants should have everything that they need to mass produce them to stop the taint. Huzzah! In episode 11, Jordan logs onto the server to see that the castle gates are closed. And that's it. But what else are you waiting for? Metal? That's it. That's all that happens. In episode 12, the Hellard announces that Tom is being banished from the town for having burned down one of the houses, and when the prince hears this, he is outraged. Andor says that the king has gone too far this time, to which the king replies that Andor should remember his place. Later, Jordan meets Andor at the edge of the receding taint and says that he sometimes comes to the edge just to pray to Ironite, that it feels right. Andor then proceeds to say that Ironite used to come a lot more before his mother and sister died. This prompts Jordan to recount the tale of when he and his friends saved Ironite back in Season 1. Then, something cursed happens.
Sad story. You know, a Mianite rap song would actually be pretty easy to do because...
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Here we are in the land of Mianite. Well, I'm hanging with my main bitch, Giant. Look at these fools as they try to fight me as I'm hashtag Team Dianite. Recapping 20 episodes at a time. Looking at me as I try to rhyme. Look at me, I could do this anytime. Hashtag Team Dianite, bitch, it's sublime. I'ma pass it over to the other MC. She follows Mianite, ain't that crazy?
Yo, I'm Aether, the Eldritch author, and within this project I've a lot to offer. Editing, banter, a few other things. My wordsmithing isn't as good as when I sing.
Hey, I am Sunny. I am hijacking this verse. I follow Dianite, and the other two are worse. I'm calm, composed, but you better check again. Get on my bad side and you'll need to recompense. Following my god to cause chaos and pain, but mostly for the freedom. The other two are lame.
Yo, I'm Claire. I follow Ironite. I tend to stay in the middle of a fight, just like my god. I follow her example. But let me tell you now, the other two are a handful.
Thanks, my friend. Time to wrap up the song. Episode 13, moving on along. Finishing this rhyme by spilling some tea. Adding a fourth god. Ain't that crazy? I'm gonna pretend like that never happened. Anyway, episode 12 wraps up by Sparkles telling Andor that Farmer Steve is also on Team Ironite. Episode 13 starts off strong with Farmer Steve being tried for arson and kidnapping, only to shortly thereafter be sentenced to life in prison. Because of this, Tucker's given Steve's apple farm by the king. Near the beginning of episode 14, Jordan goes to visit Steve in jail when, boom, Mianite is seen in the chat for the first time. As soon as Steve knows that Mianite is there, he calls him out on all his crap, and in response, all that Mianite does is smite Tom. After that, in some brief bantering, Tom returns the villager that he and Steve kidnapped, but alas, this turned out to be a deception, and Tom soon after explodes the jail that Farmer Steve was in, setting him free. Andor is ordered to recapture Steve, but refuses while Tom and Steve go to Steve's old farm, burning it to the ground. In episode 15, King Helly and Andor fight about whether the fire was a good thing or not. Riveting content! In episode 16, Jordan and Tom stumble upon a barn, only to find out that it's where Steve has been since he escaped. Steve tells Jordan that he needed to frame himself in order to expose the corruption of the king. Later, Sparkles tells Tom that the prince is aligned with Ironite. In episode 17, the town Heller shocks Jordan by telling him that he knows he is aligned with Ironite. Well, alright, that was the first 20 episodes of my... What? I still have to do them? But that'll make editing take even... Fine, alright, I'll do them. In episode 18, nothing happens. In episode 19, absolutely nothing happens. In episode 20, Steve remodels Tucker's base to look like a dojo. I mean, I guess that's worth talking about. Alright, it's actually over now. Well, this episode at least. If this video can get 50 likes, I'll do the next 20 episodes. And the further into the series we get, the longer and more uncut the VODs I have to watch to write this script are. So, if you liked, if you really liked, subscribe, leave me a comment down below telling me what you thought of this, especially the rap. And I'd like to thank these people for lending their voice to that rap. I'd like to thank this person for the backing track to this outro. And if you would like to watch Captain Sparkle's Mianite, I will leave a link in the description so you can watch his entire playlist. Alright. I'll see you for the next 20. Bye-bye.